ngisebenzisa ihunga ushukela. Ngaqala ukusebenzisa idakamizwa ngabo-2009 manje. Ngikhe ngazama khona ukuyeka before, kodwa ngagcina sengibuyela khona. Kodwa manje ngiyacabanga ukuthi sengi-ready ukuthi ngiyeke.
Amalanga la kulula kakhulu ukuthola izidakamizwa. Abantu abaningi babona kuyindlela ehle kakhulu yokubalekela inkinga zabo. Welcome to Live It. We're in Durban and we're talking about drugs. Thanks to medical and drug research, there are thousands of drugs out there that help people. Antibiotics and vaccines have changed the treatment of infections. Medicines can help slow down, cure, or prevent disease, helping us to lead healthier and happier lifestyles. But there are illegal drugs that people take to help them feel good or have a good time. Izidakamizwa ezisetshenziswa amalanga la zifaka hlangana ihunga, i-cocaine nesango. Abantu abasebenzisako bacabanga bonyana bazokubanjwa baphosele ejele kwaphela. Bayakhohlwa bonyana bangagulela ukufa. Ebazosihlathulela ngokungeneleleko ngezidakamizwa ku-Dr. Guru Kisnasamy oyi-psychologist no-Brandon Pillay ojamele i-BFRA. Uyolo wathoma izidakamizwa as just a social exercise until he got hooked. Asimazeni kangcono. Hi. Njani?
Ngiyaphi.
So Uyolo sonesikhathi esingangani nje wenza izidakamizwa?
It's about 3 years manje.
Kuyini into eyakwenza bona uthome?
Ngingathini abangani. Ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi injani yabo.
So let's backtrack a little. Nawukhulako wawufuna ukuba yini so?
Ngikhula. Ngangifuna ukuba yi-firefighter.
So ucabanga bona usafuna ukwenza into enjalo namtjana?
Yeah, ngisangathanda ukuyenza.
So what kind of drugs do you take?
Sugars.
Sugars. Kusihlathulele kancane bona kuyini i-sugars?
Sugar is something that comes in a straw. I think it's heroin if I'm not sure. You smoke it in a foil and use a pet to pull you light under. And you pull the pets and you smoke a cigarette after.
So ngelanga eli-1, how many hits do you take? Or how many hits do you need ukuthi umzimba wakho ube satisfied?
How many hits? It's about maybe about 3 or 4 of those straws to survive for the whole day.
Kubudisi kangangani to get a hold of these drugs?
But it's not hard because it's sold anywhere and everywhere. So it's easy to get.
So indaba yakho yokuba addicted le yokuthatha izidakamizwa uphathe njani umndeni wakho and i-relationship phakathi kwenu injani?
It's not the same ngoba ngisahlala nokuhlala ekhaya yabo. It's been like close to a year manje ngingahlala ekhaya. It's not good.
So uhlala kuphi njenganje?
I stay with a friend of mine for now.
Ikuphatha njani wena indaba leyo?
Ngiphathe.
So after taking the drug uzizwa njani? Kuyini into oyifilako?
Just, I don't know, it relaxed me in a way or something. Because if you don't, without it, you feel you get, sometimes you get sick and so if I take that, I become normal.
Ngimaphi ama-processes namtjana i-step ozithathileko ukuthi ulise?
Ngiqala ngasuka la eJasphethu. Ngayohlala nosisi wami eRustenburg for about 2 months. And when I came back, I stayed about 2 to 3 months clean and ngabuyela kanjani.
Ucabanga ukuthi kuyini into eyenze bona urelapse uthome phasi uzithathe?
Ngicabanga ukuthi indawo nabangani yabo. Uma uzobuya ubuyele kubona abangani besabhema bona showcase uzobuyela khona.
So njengoba uthi awusahlala ekhenu nje, kuyini into eyenza bona ukhambe? Bakuxotsha namtjana sewasikima wathi yazi angisakhoni ngifuna ukuhamba la?
Angizange ngixoshwe ukuthi ngaxabana nobaba wami kusana ngoba yabo ngangisengiqala ukuthola isandla esisheshayo ekhaya yabo thatha izinto ngidinga ukusupport-a le phethe yami. So ngagcina sengibona ukuthi uma ngizohlala ekhaya ngixabanisa noma wami nona ngingasazi ngiyiphumela mina yabo.
So ufuna thina namhlanje sisikusize ngani? What are you hoping to get from i-episode yanamhlanje ngoba sizokhama nje siyobonana nama-experts?
Mina mhlawumbe ngihlanganise le-rehab or something. Ngingakujabulela.
Mara ngisho uthi ke walinga ukulisa wabuya wabuyela. Do you think bona you will stick to it this time around?
Yeah, mhlawumbe with professional help kungaba ngconywana because I never go to a rehab or anything. Ayovakashela usisi wami. Ngahlalele ku-2 months ngalokho.
Well, kuqaleka sengathi uLuyolo uyalidinga ihelebho begodwa uzimisele ukujugulula impilo yakhe. Nasibuyako simhlanganisa nezazi zanamhlanje ingajiki. Nasibuyako uLuyolo uhlangana nezazi zanamhlanje uDr. Guru Kisnasamy oyi-psychologist noBrandon Pillay who is a counselor at the Bayview Flats Residents Association. Ningachiti.
Cheers to 25 years of sunsets and sundowners, to photo bombs, hand bomb drops, to road trips with the guys, and finally seeing it live, to beating heat waves, and to genres like day. To the memories with the real, most natural cider. Here's to 25 years of real refreshment, the new limited edition Hunter Sparkling Cider.
Fresh is like nothing on earth.
So Unisoul House Trio Mikasa is bringing you their new song, Chiga, available for your phone now. This leading single is available for download, plus many more songs. SMS Chiga to 33334. Yes, that's Chiga to 33334 now.
Ngivile, sawuzaphinda zaphendula asibonisa Hello?
Airtime.
Me too. I'm on my way to PepSal.
Airtime special.
It's discounted airtime on every network, every day, always.
Always. Always.
Always. Always.
Always.
Always. Always.
Always get discounted airtime at Pep and PepSell. Best prices and more.
Ishift ikuxhumanisa nezo lolwazi futhi ukunikeza okuningi ongakwenza.
#shift and be a part of all our social networks and ngokwazi ukufumana noncedo kwi-segment zethu ezintsha. Mkhabulo, Skiphani,
Shifters on the move, including what's on your mind.
Ushito. And I'm just wondering what life would be without technology. Alright, Atini, at Esibar, I'm thinking what my life would be without Shift. Guys, you rock.
Ngaronke mngaborisana naye naka Twitter @shift on SABC1 #shift every Monday and Tuesday.
11 a.m. Apa Kunga SABC1.
If it's on shift, you can rely on it.
Welcome back kusahlezi ne-Live It. Namhlanje sisikhuluma ngemdakamizwa and kicking the habit. Ngaphambi kobanyana sithinge entolo sihlangene noLuyolo othi ngemva kweminyaka emithathu he is ready ukujugulula impilo yakhe. Izazi zanamhlanje singu-Dr. Guru Kisnasamy oyi-psychologist noBrandon Pillay ojamele i-BFRA. A very warm welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you.
My first question is to you, Doctor. Now, we hear time and time again that drugs are dangerous and deadly, but the youth and people out there still take them. Why is that?
Yeah, I think the appeal to the youth is a universal one in every country where something that's different or something that's forbidden seems to have an attraction. In addition, I think there is a lot of peer pressure on the young people to conform, to be part of the crowd. There's also the issues of curiosity and experimentation, and I think some of these factors are responsible for attracting young people to drug taking.
Addiction is considered as a disease. Can you please explain that a little?
Yes, we consider it a disease because it's very difficult for the person who's been affected or infected to actually stop what is happening. And unless they get a full treatment to be able to overcome the disease, it's not just so-called bad behavior where somebody just wants to be deviant or different and for the moment and return to his normal self again. Because addiction is a long-term thing. It's like a disease that needs to be diagnosed and properly treated. This is why we'd like to refer to it as a disease.
Are there any long-term effects to psychologically for a person even after they have stopped taking the drugs?
Well, if a person has been a drug addict, for example, there's a stigma attached, unfortunately, to that individual. And there will be consequences for him seeking employment. Also in the community, you find that people tend to look down on the person, although he may have given up drugs. And the person's self-esteem is affected, it's lowered, and there's a tendency not to have that confidence in yourself. So it does have some long-term effects unless effective psychotherapy and counseling is provided for that individual to overcome these problems.
Now, I have heard people say that they're taking drugs but they're not addicted. How true is that?
Addiction can occur after the first drug. I think Brandon would agree with me as well. That just after the first curiosity or first experimentation, and you find that the person wants to continue because some of the withdrawal symptoms are so painful that they need another fix in order to get on a high again. So it is true that once they take it once, they tend to take it continuously thereafter.
Well, they also don't want to accept that they're in this habit, and that is why you often hear, I'm taking drugs but I'm not addicted.
So how is it possible for a person to break the habit on their own and stick to the journey without relapsing?
I think the family is very important here. You see, a number of them might have a source from which they are receiving support, such as financial support. Some of them are threatening their family members and getting money. Some of them are selling off things from the home. So as long as the source is available, the addiction will continue. But when the source is stopped, there's no money to buy the drug, then you find that person's beginning to think, I think it's time to stop.
I think where it all stems from is the family and moral support. And too often or not, what happens is that the user is at a crossroad or a dead end, and they find that there's nobody that cares. And they're just looking for somebody to listen to, somebody that could just have a shoulder to lean on, somebody who gives them hope, because they reach this point where they want to kick the habit, but there's nobody there to support them. And so too often or not, they just end up, and we've had many cases of young people committing suicide.
So as a family member that has a brother, a sister, or someone in my family that has this problem, how do I help them?
I think each member of the family needs to help. It's like having HIV/AIDS. We have the infected and the affected. And we all need to work as a unit to support that individual in terms of emotional support, spiritual support, referral to sources where he can get help in terms of medication and psychological counseling. The tendency of society is to keep away from such people and to stigmatize them. And the more we do that, the more they are going to continue the habit. There will be many cases where the fathers beat up the son because he's taking the stuff, and it didn't help. It perpetuated the problem. The child becomes more rebellious and so on. So the sooner he gets the help, the better it is.
So what are the signs and symptoms that we need to look out for that tell us that a person is addicted to drugs or is taking drugs?
I think in a family situation, one thing we need to look at, for example, is money and items of jewelry going missing, and nobody seems to know where they are going to. We need to look at new friends that a member of the family is hanging out or making. We need to look at late arrivals, early morning departure to get his fix. We need to look at his physical appearance, because somebody who's addicted, you clearly see is fading away. There will be weight loss, there will be poor appetite, extreme mood swings, anger, rage, and the same person previously would say would handle a situation calmly. but now, break things down and break the window and so on. And this bizarre behavior.
Also, what I found with my experiences is that personal hygiene, cleanliness, appearance, like Dr. was saying, suddenly deteriorates, and you begin to see this happening because all they're ever interested in now is a fix and not really taking care of themselves. The other thing that you must be very particular about is them taking a long time in the toilet or bathroom, because this is where they actually smoke or take the fix. And with a particular drug like sugars, the way in which they take it, you wouldn't really know that they're taking the drug.
So, doctor, is it possible to completely cure the addiction?
Yes, it is possible, although it is difficult. There need to be a two-pronged approach. One would be medical through the use of medications to help the individual, and the other is through counseling and psychotherapy. Both need to be ongoing as well. The family unit need to be taken into consideration in helping the addict over this problem. And there needs to be a support group formed where others would identify with this individual and also people who have recovered so that they could help this individual with the problem overcome it.
Leola, do you have a question for the doctor?
I'd like to know what are the dangers of smoking sugar.
Okay. Yeah, well, see, the addiction is something that you cannot rid yourself easily if you don't seek help. Besides the body, there's a lot of problems with the body, and a medical doctor will be able to answer that fully. But clearly, there will be things like ulcers, sleep difficulty, poor appetite, extreme weight loss, these mood swings that come about. In fact, they'll reach a point where people want to keep away from you. So there's many things that would say there's a lot of harm in continuing with habit.
Brandon, can you please tell us a little bit about BFRA?
BFRA is the Bayview Flats Residents Association, which is a community-based organization in Bayview, working in Chatsworth. And some of the things that we do is actually deal with the ongoing drug problem in Chatsworth. And we have a lot of young people that come through for either assistance in terms of kicking the habit, counseling, mentoring, admission into rehabs, so those kind of things. So it's a support system that we have in the area. It's a community-based organization, non-profit, obviously with no funding, but just ordinary people that care and want to be able to give back to the community.
So what are the projects that you have in place for people that want to come and...
What we have is trained community caregivers. These are CCGs that obviously go around with your home visits. We have youth ambassadors, and then we have volunteers. So what happens is that they go around doing home visits, and they obviously get a case study or case story that comes through to me or to one of the other counselors. And then we have referrals. So what we do is, because we don't have funding, we tie up with different government institutions, organizations, other NGOs and NPOs to be able to get that support. But the projects that we run is basically drug abuse, child abuse, women abuse, gender, domestic violence. We also have a soup kitchen where we provide meals, hot meals for the community.
Leola, do you have a question for
Brandon? How can I get help right now?
Well, basically you just need to reach that point of saying, I've had enough. And if you say to me today, I've had enough, I'm at this point where I can't do this drug anymore, I would obviously then take you through the channels. Firstly, for me to sit down and talk to you, to understand where you're coming from, and then to obviously take you through the processes. So whether you want to go to rehab or whether you want to go through a family support, whether it's going to be a day clinic, that kind of thing. But for me, I always encourage rehab because it's a structured program. And then obviously engaging the assistance of people like Dr. Guru, who would be able to say, we take you through counseling and give you that support. So for me, if you're at this point of saying, I do not want to do this anymore, that's all that needs to happen.
Wow, thank you so very, very much for all the knowledge that you just shared with us right now. I'm having an information overload right now, and I really hope that Uliolo heard what you guys have had to say, and he's serious about getting help, and he's going to continue, obviously, with help from you guys. Uliolo, I really, really hope that you stick to your plan of becoming a firefighter because I saw you light up when you spoke about your dreams and your hopes when you were still a little boy. It's never too late. You can still do it. You can just go and get yourself straight with the help of the doctors as well. I want you to become a firefighter because I'm going to call you. Nawuza abantu bathi indakamizwa ziyingozi ayisihlaya lelo lalela ngombana uzozithola on the side of the road ufile namthana usesibhedlela ungazazi nokuthi igama lakho ungubani na uvuka lapho asiyene entolo siyabuya ngasikane.
Join us on Riboningo every Monday to Friday on SABC2 at 10:30 a.m.
In the unfortunate event of death, the last thing your family should have to worry about is money. That is why the Clientele Funeral Dignity Plan pays out within just 24 hours. Plus, we will send 200 Rand free airtime to help with the necessary funeral arrangements. It starts from 90 Rands per month. Important. You can cover up to 13 people on one plan. SMS live to 44053 and we'll call you back. SMS now.
Friends, the Riboningo House is reopened for another full season of fun and excitement. Join Lelo, Keke, Dele, and Kuli as we welcome our new friend to the Riboningo House, Tabero. Mathematics, language, and life skills are still on the menu with a couple other fun surprises waiting for you. So join us every Monday to Friday at 10:30 a.m. only on SABC2. All your favorite Mzansi celebs are here.
What I got now is what I wanted.
We look back on the music that made them who they are.
Yeah, hi, Shem.
25 years back.
Don't miss a beat on Zaziwa. Wednesdays at 7. Item Zanzi's Entertainment Authority. SABC 1. That's for sure.
Welcome back to Live It. Namhlanje sisikhuluma ngendakamizwa and breaking the habit. Ngaphambi kobana sithinge entolo uLiyolo uhlangene nezaziza namhlanje and they gave him a few tips on his road to recovery. Liyolo, how are you feeling?
It feels great, but at least now I know about what I was smoking. Since I was with the door in Kuni journey, so at least I know what finally get into because I've learned a lot about it. I'm telling them so I think the next step will be for me to leave this and try working without it.
Njengoba uthi wathoma ukubhema ama-drugs neethomi zakho nabangani bakho ucabanga bona bakunikele i-information enough ukuthi ungakhona nokusiza nabo to stop?
Yeah, bona ngingabatshela ngalezi zinto engiyizwile mina kodwa angikwazi ukuthi ngibaforce kodwa ngingakhuluma nabo yabo kuzoba kubona ukuthi bafuna yini ukuzama nami or abafuni.
So what is the way forward for uLiyolo nje? Do you want to mend your relationship nabantu bekhenu and uzoyithoma njani i-process le?
Yeah, I think ngifanele ngiqale ngiguduke kuqala bese-ke from there ngibone ukuthi ngingenza kanjani. I think first step I need ukuthi ngiguduke. Then from there ngabona-ke mhlawumbe I can get help from them and try and fight it with them.
Uthe namhlanje uthe ufuna ukuba yi-firefighter. Is that dream still there somewhere, and do you think that uzokuthoma nje and make your way towards fulfilling your dream?
I think, yeah, it's still there, but I know the home food, that's the one you had when I was still growing up. I've been smoking for 3 years, so.
Where's the futo? Where's the fruit, man? What happened to the futo?
Yeah, I've been on my drugs.
Uqaleka ngathi so give up nje. It looks like so ulahla ithemba, ulahla ithawula, and usindleleni right, you know? So you must just
Ngilahlanga ithemba, but I know ukuthi qala ngidinga usizo kuqala. Bese-ke from lapho ngabona ukuthi ngiqhubeka kanjani, bese ngiclean, bese ngiqhubekela phambili. Otherwise mengisabhema, I don't think it'll be a way.
Liyolo siyathokoza ukuthi ube nathi namhlanje on the show, and ngithemba bonyana usizekile, you know, and uzokuragela phambili, because the first step is admitting you have a problem, and usithethe i-steps sokuthoma. Themba bonyana you also keep in contact with our experts esikuhlanganise nabo, and umfutho loya, that little boy that wanted to be a firefighter, uzokuthoma phasi abuye nje. Okay, I wish you the best of luck, eh? Thank you so much. Nanyana ungayicala njani indakamizwa zingakumotshela impilo. Banengi abosaziwako abalahlekelwe ngikho konke egade banakho, including imindeni yabo. Ayikho into ekarisako ngokulahlekelwa impilo yakho. Nakunomuntu omaziko osebenzisa indakamizwa, ngithemba bonyana ihlelo namhlanje silikusizile bonyana usikime and do something about it. Nama-addicts ayayithoga i-support. Ngaphambi kobanyana sikhambe, check out these websites for more information. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter @TsoloMasego. Bekube iveke zabo sisijamisa lapho zanamhlanje sike about. Ivekele ku Live It, we talk about eye care awareness.